kind of a Halloween-y type video, except I'm doing it late. So I'm sorry for that. Today is Friday, which means it's a book review, but I didn't really know if I wanted to do a review. Let me know if you want a full review on this, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be reading the prologue from Daughter of the Blood by Anne Bishop. I can't explain everything about this series. Reading the back, or going to the Goodreads, which is linked down below for this book, perhaps gives you the best overview of this series than I could ever do. But why should you read it? Well, let me read you the prologue and explain it. Trigger warning. They're going to mention rape. It's not called rape. Thought y'all should know. So let's get to this. I am Tirsa the Weaver, Tirsa the Liar, Tirsa the Fool. When the blood-jeweled lords and ladies hold a banquet, I'm the entertainment that comes after the musicians have played and the lissome girls and boys have danced, and the lords have drunk too much wine and demand to have their fortunes told. Tell us a story, Weaver, they yell as their hands pass over the serving girl rumps, and their ladies eye the young men and decide who will have the painful pleasure of serving in the bed that night. I was one of them once, blood as they are blood. No, that's not true. I wasn't blood as they are blood. That's why I was broken on a warlord's spear and became shattered glass that only reflects what might have been. It's hard to break a blood-jeweled mail, but a witch's life hangs by the hymnal thread, and what happens on her virgin night determines whether she is whole to practice her craft, or become a broken vessel, forever aching for the part of her that's lost. Well, some magic always remains, enough for day-to-day living and parlor tricks, but not the craft, the lifeblood of our kind. But the craft can be reclaimed, if one is willing to pay the price. When I was younger, I fought against that final slide into the twisted kingdom. Better to be broken and sane than broken and mad. Better to see the world and know a tree for a tree, a flower for a flower, rather than look through gauze at gray and ghostly shapes and see clearly only the shards of oneself. So I thought then. I carefully placed the wooden frame that holds my tangled web, the web of dreams and visions, on the small table near the stool. The lords and ladies expect me to tell their fortunes, and I always have, not by magic, but by keeping my eyes and ears open, and then telling them what they want to hear. Simple, no magic to it. But not tonight. For days now I have heard a strange kind of thunder, a distant calling. Last night, I surrendered to madness in order to reclaim my craft as a black widow, a witch of the hourglass covens. Last night I wove a tangled web to see the dreams and visions. Tonight there will be no fortunes. I have the strength to say this only once. I must be sure that those who must hear it are in the room before I speak. I wait. They don't notice. Glasses are filled and refilled as I fight to stay on the edge of the twisted kingdom. Ah, there he is. Damon Sadie from the territory called Hale. He's beautiful, bitter, cruel. He has a seducer's smile and a body women want to touch and be caressed by, but he's filled with a cold, unquenchable rage. When the ladies talk about his bedroom skills, the words they whisper are excruciating pleasure. I don't doubt he's enough of a sadist to mix pain and pleasure in equal portions, but he's always been kind to me, and it's a small bone of hope that I throw out to him tonight. Still, it's more than anyone else has given him. The lords and ladies grow restless. I usually don't take this long to begin my pronouncements. Agitation and annoyance build, but I wait. After tonight, it will make no difference. Here's the other one in the opposite corner of the room, Lucivar Yaslana, the Aryan half-breed from the territory called Escave. Hale has no love for Escave, nor Escave for Hale, but Damon and Lucivar are drawn to one another without understanding why, so wound into each other's lives they cannot separate. Uneasy friends, they have fought legendary battles, have destroyed so many courts the blood are afraid to have them together for any length of time. I raise my hands, let them fall into my lap. Damon watches me. Nothing about him has changed, but I know he's waiting, listening. And because he's listening, Lucivar listens too. She is coming. At first they don't realize I've spoken. Then the angry murmurs begin when the words are understood. "Stupid bitch," someone yells. "Tell me who I'll love tonight." "What does it matter?" I answer. "She is coming. The realm of Tyrell will be torn apart by its own foolish greed. Those who survive will serve, but few will survive. I'm slipping further from the edge. Tears of frustration spill down my strength. Not yet, sweet darkness, not yet. I must say this. Damon kneels beside me, his hands covering mine. I speak to him, only to him, and through him to Lucifer. The blood interrel whore the old ways and make a mockery of everything we are. I wave my hand to indicate the ones who now rule. They twist things to suit themselves. They dress up and pretend. They wear blood jewels but don't understand what it means to be blood. They talk of honoring the darkness, but it's a lie. They honor nothing but their own ambitions. The blood were created to be the caretakers of the realms. That's why we were given our power. That's why we come from, yet are apart from, the people in every territory. The perversion of what we are can't go on. The day is coming when the debt will be called in, and the blood will have to answer for what they've become. They're the blood who rule, Tirsa, Damon says sadly. Who is left to call in this debt? Bastard slaves like me. I'm slipping fast. My nails dig into his hands, drawing blood, but he doesn't pull away. I lower my voice. He strains to hear me. The darkness has had a prince for a long, long time. Now the queen is coming. It may take decades, even centuries, but she is coming. I point with my chin at the lords and ladies sitting at the table. They will be dust by then, but you and the Aryan will be here to serve. Frustration fills his golden eyes. What queen? Who is coming? The living myth, I whisper. Dreams made flesh. His shock is replaced instantly by a fierce hunger. You're sure? The room is a swirling mist. He is the only thing still in sharp focus. He is the only thing I need. I saw her in the tangled web, Damon. I saw her. I'm too tired to hang on to the real world, but I stubbornly cling to his hands to tell him one last thing. The Aryan, Damon. He glances at Lucifer. What about him? He's your brother. You are your father's sons. I can't hold on any more and plunge into the madness that's called the Twisted Kingdom. I fall and fall among the shards of myself. The world spins and shatters. In its fragments I see my once sister poring around the tables, frightened and intent, and Damon's hand casually reaching out, as if by accident, destroying the fragile spider silk of my tangled web. It's impossible to reconstruct the tangled web. Tyrell's Black Widows may spend year upon frightened year trying, but in the end it will be in vain. It will not be the same web, and they will not see what I saw. In the gray world above, I hear myself howling with laughter. Far below me, in the psychic abyss that is part of the darkness, I hear another howling, one filled with joy and pain, rage and celebration. Not just another witch coming, my foolish sisters, but witch. That's why I love this series. I read that prologue and I went, yep, favorite, automatic favorite. That type of tone, that beauty, that writing has stayed, although it gets hilarious at some points, it gets tragic at others. It's beautifully done. I love this series. I love it so much. Please, please give it a try. And in case you missed some of my previous videos, this is an adult novel. Damon is not just some sort of slave. Him and Lucifer are sex slaves, and there is rape and murder and torture and all sorts of other things, but the way it's written, just as you heard her gloss over it was broken on a warlord's spear, that was meant that she was raped until she was driven insane. Blood of this inner web inside, and she was raped until her inner self fell through her inner web, shattering her powers and connections to the blood and the darkness, unless she were to go completely mad, as you saw her do. It's really, really good. I love this series. It can be a bit out there, and there are scenes that I skip, but I really, really love it. I own all 9 books. I am rereading them right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to see more. If you want a full review, I can try to write one out for you. I just reread it for the bazillionth time, so I can do one. I just thought this would be funner and cooler, and I should have done this the week of Halloween, but it didn't occur to me until like the day before Halloween, and I already had my video pre-filmed. So yeah, alright. See you in the next video, and good luck with your reading. Bye! Except I'm doing it. Oh my gosh, I have like sweat dripping down my face. Or something. When the second sentence and I screw up! It's hard to break a blood-jeweled male, but a witch Let's try that again. It's hard to break a I keep missing that line up. Forever aching to be public. Screwed up that sentence in the middle of it. Let's try that again. That's really long. No wonder I keep screwing it up. Better to see the world and know a treat. Sorry. That was so unladylike. Trying to be all sexy and stuff. Then to look through the gaze. I carefully place the... Let's try that word sentence again. For days now I have heard this strange kind of thunder. That's not the right sentence. There's the other one. The one... That's wrong. So many cores of the blood are afraid to have them together. I said of the blood. That's not right. Here's in my mouth. Uneasy friends, they have fought legendary battles. I gotta get this line right. I've read this out loud a million times. I swear I practiced. It may take decades. I can't hold on anymore. Again, in case you missed some of my last... I just reread this for the 8 millionth...